So now in the today's lecture we will see what is the differential forms. Okay. Before going to differential forms, we must know what is the directional derivative. So what is the directional derivative? It is denoted by Vp and square bracket f. Okay. What is our directional derivative? We have written it is nothing but initial rate of change of a function f at a point p in the direction of a tangent vector v. Or in another way, we have written one formula, that is summation over I vi dou f by dou xi at a point p. Okay. So here you can see the directional derivative is now written in the linear combinations of partial derivative. What are those vi's? Vi's are nothing but the coordinates of a tangent vector Vp. Okay. So now we have to define a differential form. What is a differential form? We have denoted this as df Vp. That is differential form we will denote by df, and we are applying this on a tangent vector Vp. So now this differential form, now if you see what is this Vp, Vp is nothing but a tangent vector. What is df? Df is a differential form. That means we have to find out the derivative of a function f in the direction of a tangent vector Vp. So which must be equal to the directional derivative? Why? Because we are finding the derivative of a function f in the direction of a tangent vector Vp. So this should be equal to a directional derivative. What is a directional derivative? This is directional derivative function f in the direction of a tangent vector Vp. So these two are now equal. So what is df? That is a differential form. It is a function which is defined on Tp of E3, and what is a domain? Tp of E3, and what is a codomain? It is a real number. Okay. So what is this? This is simply a real valued function which is defined on a tangent space. What is a tangent space? We have studied. If suppose P is a point of application, how many tangent vectors we can draw as P as a point of application? Infinitely many. So collection of all those tangent vector at a point P is called a tangent space. Okay. So what is differential form? Differential form is a one real valued function which is defined on a tangent space Tp of E3. Okay, what is a Tp of E3? Where P is a point of application in all the tangent vectors which have P as a point of application, and collection of all those we call it as a tangent space. Why it is called a space? Because it will satisfy the conditions of being a vector space with the help of vector addition and scalar multiplication. Okay. So now we can imagine this to be a machine which converted all the tangent vectors to a real number. Okay. That means if you are applying df on a tangent vector Vp, this will give you a real number. Okay. You can see here these are collection of tangent vectors. So if I am applying df on a tangent vector, it shows that it will give you one a real number. Okay. So instead of having a df, if suppose I am writing for xi, what are xi? Xi's are also real numbers. What are I runs from 1 to I runs for 1, 2 and 3. So if I am applying dxi on a tangent vector Vp, what should be the resultant? So instead of applying on a real valued function f, we can apply it on xi. Xi's are also real valued function. We have studied these. Xi's are nothing but how we have defined xi. Suppose this is x1, x2, x3, or we can say it is x, y, and z. Okay, natural coordinate. How it will have been defined? From R3 to R, that is, these are real valued function. That means if we are having any point P on a R3 space, suppose P is any point, so what will be x of T? Will be x1, What is y of p? Okay, what is a y coordinate of a point p? It will be x2 or we can say y. So in this way, so instead of defining for f, we can apply for a xi. What should be dxi of vp? Okay, what should be dxi of vp? Okay, let us apply from this. This is vp f. Instead of f, we have to write down our xi, that is directional derivative of xi with respect to a tangent vector vp. Okay, so how I can write this? Again by the using definition. What is a definition? What is a formula? Summation over I vi dou f by dou xi at a point p. Okay, so now summation over vi as it is, because this is the vi are nothing but the coordinates of a point, coordinates of a tangent vector vp. Okay, dou by dou xi of, now instead of having a function f, we have a xi. Okay, so here already we are using xi, so let us name it as summation over j, and here dou xi by dou xj. Okay, here already we are using xi, so that's why instead of using I, we will use a j. Now you know that how to evaluate this dxi by dxj, dou xi by dou xj. How to evaluate this? This we are already done in our paper of classical mechanics. Okay, so what is the resultant of this? If I am going to run, suppose somewhere here I will run this dou xi by dou xj, and we know that I and j both are again for 1, 2 and 3, right? Because all the things which we are discussing on our differential geometry, in our differential geometry is nothing but on R3 space. Okay, so if I want to evaluate this, first what should be the evaluation? First it will keep j1, it will be dou, this x1 I will run, or xj is 1 plus v1 dou x2 by dou x1 plus v2 dou x2 by dou x3 by dou x1. Correct? Okay. So these are the summation. We can evaluate this summation like this. Okay, v1 dou x1 by dou. So what v remains x2 with respect to x1. What is the derivative of? What is the derivative of x2 with respect to x1, x3 with respect to x1? As it is a partial derivative, so that's why with respect to x1, x2 and x3 are treated as constant. So these two terms will be 0. So what remains only v1. Similarly, if I run the second summation, so what we get it is simply v2. Other terms are 0. And similarly for the third, we will get v3. Okay. So what I can write directly, v1 plus v2 plus v3, correct? If I want to run the summation, first I have to fix j. If I fix j, it is v1 x1, v1 x1, v1 x1, correct? So we have to now run the summation over I, x1, x2 and x3. Similarly, you can run for second one. You have to fix to v2, here x2, v2, x2, v2, x2. You have to run the summation x1, x2 and x3. Okay. And finally, we will get v1, v2 and v3. Why this is so? Because of while dealing with the partial derivative, if you are differentiating with x1, x2 and x3 will be treated as a constant. Hence, the derivative will be 0. So now I can write this as a summation over vi. Is it correct? Or sometime we can write this as, so what will be this one? This is simply vi. That means if I am running the summation, then first I will get v1, second time I will get v2, and the third time I will get a v3. Correct? Firstly, what we have got v1, and secondly we will get v2. Third one we will get v3. You have to run the summation. First you have to fix j equal to 1, then fix j equal to 2, and then fix j equal to 3. Okay, so in this way you can run the summation and finally we will get a vi. That means whatever the summation we have, that will be first. If we put for first summation I will get v1, for second v2 and third v3. Okay, so now let us evaluate one theorem. Okay, what is this theorem? What is given to us? If phi is a one form, if phi is a one form. Now, what is a one form? We may call differential form is also a one form. Whatever we have written here, df with the, what is a df? It is a real valued function defined on a set of all, defined on a tangent space Tp of E3. Okay. So now this df or differential form, we call it as a one form. Okay. So now if suppose phi is a one form provided to us, so instead of having df, we can write it as phi is a function which is defined on a Tp of A3 and it is a real valued function. Okay. Phi is a one form, then prove that phi is equal to summation over I fi dxi. We have to prove that it is equal to this phi, that is a one form, should be equal to summation over I fi dxi. Okay, what is provided to us? What is fi? Fi is nothing but phi of ui. Now you know what is a capital Ui. Ui are nothing but the natural frame fields. Okay, what are natural frame fields? We have studied, if you are having a particular direction, suppose all the vectors are going in the say x direction, that means the direction is same and point of applications are different, that is all the vectors are going in the x direction. This kind of a vector field we call it as a natural frame field, that is a u1. In the very similar way we can find a u2, u3, that is all the vectors which are going in the y and z directions. Okay, so what is our aim? We have to show that a one form can be written in the summation over I fi dxi. Okay, phi is a one form provided to us. What is given to us? Fi is a phi of ui. Okay, next what we have to prove? Phi is equal to summation over I fi dxi. Okay, now how you are going to prove this theorem? So for this, what I will do, if I want to prove these two are equal, I will operate phi on a tangent vector Tp of E3. Okay, that means if I take any element from Tp of E3, that will be one tangent vector, so I will apply phi of Vp. Okay, so here also I have to apply summation over I fi dxi Vp. Okay. So for this, if I apply phi on a tangent vector Vp, we know that what is df Vp? This is nothing but your directional derivative. That is, if we are finding a derivative of a function f on a tangent vector Vp, this is nothing but directional derivative of function f in the direction of a tangent vector Vp. Okay, phi is also one form, or you can say phi is a differential. So we can write this is nothing but Vpf. Now we can have a formula for a directional derivative, that is summation over I vi dou f by dou xi at a point P. Okay. Now let us evaluate the second one. Okay. What is the second one? As we want to prove these two are equal, that is phi is equal to summation over I fi dxi. For that, now again we have to apply this on a, that means here how we can apply the one form? One form is applied on a tangent vector and it should result into a real value. Okay, so that's why we are applying phi on a tangent vector Vp and this summation on a tangent vector Vp. Now this summation over I fi as it is. Now what is dxi Vp? Just now we have evaluated. Okay. So what was that? dxi vp, we have just seen this is nothing but vp xi, directional derivative of xi in the direction of a tangent vector vp. This I can write it as summation over I dou by dou xj. Okay, already we are using I, so that's why let us rename this as let us use another parameter summation over j bj dou. Instead of having a function f, now we have a function xi. Okay, so after evaluating this is nothing but your delta ij that we have studied in classical mechanics. What is the property of a delta ij? It is equal to 1 if j is equal to I, otherwise it is 0. So for j equal to 1, you have to run the summation. You will get 3 terms. Again in the 3 terms, so we will get only one term. Why? Because other two are 0. Because the derivative of a, if you are evaluating the partial derivative of x1 with respect to x2, it should be 0, or x2 with respect to x1, it should be 0. So what I get, first term is v1. Second, if you evaluate for j equal to 2, then you get v2. If you evaluate for j equal to 3, you will get v3. Okay. So this is nothing but vi. Okay. So how you are going to write down this? Okay, so what is dxi vp? It is nothing but vi. So what I get for this term? So here RHS is nothing but Fi into Vi. Now we have to prove LHS is also Fi into Vi. So for that, what we will do? First, we will evaluate phi on tangent vector Vp. Okay, phi on a tangent vector Vp. We know the one thing, that is any vector can be written in the linear combination of natural frame fields. So we can write this as summation over I Vi U1. Okay, so this summation over I Vi, these Vi's are nothing but the coordinates of a tangent vector Vp that we can take outside. So what I remains phi of Ui. Okay, because phi is operated on a tangent vector or a vector field. So we can apply phi of Ui, but what is given to us in the statement, phi of Ui is nothing but Fi. So we get it as Fi into Vi. So from equation 1 and from equation 2 we can say the LHS is equal to RHS. Okay. So hence the proof, that is phi is equal to summation over I Fi dx. Right? Okay, next we have to see the next theorem, that is if f is a differential function on E3 space, then show that df is equal to, what we have to show, df is equals to summation over I dou f by dou xi into dxi. What is our aim to show? df is equals to summation over I dou f by dou xi into dxi. We have to show that this df is equal to summation over I dou f by dou xi dxi is a one form. Okay. So how you are going to evaluate this again? We have to, what is our aim to prove this two are equal. So for that, what we will do, as differential df is a one form, so we have to apply this df differential on a tangent vector vp. Okay, so again I will do the same thing. So here we'll keep this df tangent vector vp, and here we will write summation over I dou f by dou xi dxi. Okay, so let us apply this df vp. This is nothing but our vpf if we go by the definition of a differential form. Okay, so this we can write it as now summation over I vi dou f by dou xi. Okay, what about the second one? Now we have to apply the second term, that is your RHS, summation over I fi dxi, fi summation over I dou f by dou xi into dxi, and we have to evaluate this whole summation on a tangent vector v. Correct? So how you are going to apply this? If we keep the summation over I outside, so what I remains? Dou f by dou xi dxi vp. Again we know what is dxi vp. Just now we have evaluated what is dxi vp. This is nothing but, now let us write down the summation as it is. So we have dou f by dou xi as it is. So what I remain, summation dxi vp is nothing but di, as this is nothing but dxi vp will be now vp, directional derivative of xi in the direction of a tangent vector vp. So after doing this, we will get, this is the summation over vj delta ij. Now what is the property of a delta ij? It is equal to 1 only if I is equal to j. So if you are going to run the summation over this, so you will get the answer as vi. Okay, so we will get dou f by dou xi into vi. Okay, so here also we get summation over I vi dou f by dou xi. Here also summation over I vi dou f by dou xi. So LHS is equal to RHS, hence we can say df is equal to, we can write df is nothing but dou f by dou xi dxi. Now if you see very clear, very concentrately, what we have proved is, we have proved differential df is nothing but summation over I dou f by dou xi dxi. Now let me write down one thing. What is df? Suppose we have some function. So if I am evaluating this, this will be dou f by dou x1 dxi plus dou f by dou x2 dx2 plus dou f by dou x3 dx. Okay, I think you have studied this somewhere. This is nothing but your total derivative. How you evaluate the derivative of a function? First you have to evaluate dou f by dou x1 into dx1, next dou f by dou x2 dx2, dou f by dou x3 dx3. So differential df we have proved it is equal to summation over I dou f by dou xi into dxi. Okay, so now next we have to evaluate some examples. That means just now we have seen what is a one form. One form is nothing but a machine which converts any tangent vector to a real value. Okay, how we have, what is a phi? We have defined phi, or we can write it as df is nothing but a machine which converts any tangent vector to a real number. Okay. From TP of T3 to R. Okay. Now let us have, we have been provided with V is equal to, we have vector field V x square u1 y square u2 z square u3 x square u1 y square u2 z square u3. Okay. Now what is given to us? Phi is a function x square y dx plus what is the next one provided, y dy plus z square x square dx. dz. Okay. So this now phi is written in the form of summation over I fi dxi. What are fi? Fi is a real valued function. Just now we have proved the theorem, that is one form phi can be written as summation over I fi dxi. What are those fi? Fi are nothing but real valued functions. Okay. Now for this, what we have to do, we have to evaluate phi of v. Okay, how to evaluate phi of v? First we will write down phi x square y. Let me write down this phi of v. What will be phi of v? That means we have to see whether this phi converts all the tangent vectors to a real value or vector field. Okay, now let us see how it works. What is phi? We are provided x square y dx plus y dy plus x square z square dz. And we have to evaluate this on a vector field V. Okay. So if I want to evaluate this on a vector field, so how it works, as x square y are real valued functions, so we can keep it outside, that is x square y, what should be dx v plus y as it is, we have to evaluate dy on v plus x square z square, we have to evaluate dz on a vector field v. Okay. Now before going to this, we must know this one, these are properties for Fi plus, suppose we have G some another one form, that is psi. If we are evaluating on the vector or a vector field, so what we have to do, we have to write this as F as it is phi of V plus G as it is, we have to evaluate the one form psi on a tangent vector or a vector field P. So with the help of this property we have written the steps, that is we can keep a real valued function outside and we can evaluate this one form on a vector field. Okay. So how to evaluate this one form on a vector field? Again we know that instead of imagining this dx is dx1, so if I operate dx1 on v and here dx2 on v, and this is, instead of dz we can imagine this dx3 on a v. Just now we have seen what is dxi on a tangent vector vp is nothing but vi. Okay. So instead of this we can imagine this is dx vp, this will be v1, dx2 vp is v2, dx3 vp is nothing but v3. So now we can write dxv is v1 plus y as it is, dyv is v2 plus x square z square as it is, dzv, that is the third coordinate of a tangent vector, that is v3. So what is v1, v2, v3? We know that v is we are provided v is equal to x square u1 plus y square u2 plus z square u3. Now just put up the values of v1. What are v1? We can write any vector v. So this will be v1 is nothing but your x square y, x square plus y square plus x square z square, v3 is nothing but z square. Okay. What was our v? V is nothing but summation over I vi ui. What are those vi? We have been given x square u1 plus y square u2 plus z square u3. Okay, so what will be v1, v2, v3? Okay, if you evaluate this summation, v1 is x square, v2 is y square, v3 is z square. So just we have put the values of v1, v2 and v3. Okay, now if you see what are these x square, x, y, z, all these are real numbers. So combination of all these will be again one real number. So if we apply one form on any vector field or a tangent vector, it will give you a one real number. Okay. That means if you apply this on a point P, if we are provided with say point with the coordinates say x, y, z is 1, 2, 3. So you can get this as a one real number. Okay. I will give you one homework. You have to find out the df. Find df for we have a function f is under root of x square plus y square plus z square. And the second function is f is equals to some tan inverse of y by x. These are your f. You have to evaluate the df. Okay. In the next lecture, you will tell me the what is a df. Okay. Let us stop. In the next lecture, we will see exterior product, that is a wedge product, or for that you must know what is a cross product. Then we will see one form. Just now we have seen a one form. Then we will see two form, three form, and any p form. Okay. So So let us stop here. Thank you.